So this 100% has greatly increased our sales, and it's something that most anyone out there can do as well. Hey, it's Don. Today I'm going to talk about a ploy we have done for years that helps us greatly with our sales. Now, we have a vast amount of inventory and we sell a ton of different things. But in some categories, vintage collectible categories, there's an easy way to get sales over other sellers where you can get the boost and even charge more than other people and still get the sale. Now, having multiple items in the same category, the same niche, is huge. We're going to look at some from my store. We're also going to look at some offers, a massive amount of offers that I got from people sent to us. Now, I'm also going to explain why I got all these offers and the other folks who had the same types of items did not. So normally I would not list cheaper dollar items that I assume will sell for less than $10 if it's paper. Usually $15 is what we're shooting for. There are some that I will list that I know will only sell for $5, $6, $7. I will still always list them every single time I get them. They're few and far between, but they're all in one specific area. Trade cards that have numbered cards in the series, like a 20 card set, 50 card set, 66 card or 60 card set, whatever it is. If it's a numbered set and I have a whole bunch of them, I don't care if they'll sell for a little less, because what always happens when I list cards from the same series, same set, or by the same maker, is that I will get a whole bunch of offers from watchers. Now, these are all offers to me. There's, I think, one item that's not in this grouping, but these are all offers. They all showed up within the last 20 minutes. Someone went through and picked all the rest of the cards that they needed to put together a set, and they picked quite a few of them. You can see they're on sale. Some of them, the prices are down to $6.99 a piece. In the new days, modern times, we list them at lots. So I have at the top here, you'll see lots of 3, lot of 3, lot of 3. So I don't list some items individually, or I try to lot them up a little more. Now, what's good about this here is about $6 is the price that I will get for each one of these cards. Now, the saving grace on this one is that it's all from one person. It'll ship out in one package, one shipment, and the whole works. Now, why is that? Again, it's a collector buying these. I'm selling specific collectibles to a specific market, the trade card collector in this case. Now, it doesn't have to be these vintage Arm & Hammer trade cards here. It could be baseball, it could be basketball, it could be Star Wars, it could be Star Trek. If I list a bunch of the same cards, and I do, if I get Star Trek in or Star Wars, I list them all together. If I'm listing individual cards, I'll list them all at the same time. This doesn't happen when you're selling individual cards and only have a couple in a specific niche. The only way you're going to get these types of sales is to have mass quantity. Now, I'd rather sell a whole bunch right here for $6 or so a piece than throw them up in a lot and get $2 or $3 at best in a lot and just blow them out, which is what most people tend to seem to do with these. I've got enough in inventory that this happens constantly. It's an extreme rarity for me to sell just one single trade card from almost any set that I sell from. Star Wars, Three Stooges, whatever I'm selling, I usually sell multiples of the cards from that series at the very same time to the very same person. Pretty much every day of the week, someone buys multiple items, and they're 99% of the time tied to one specific niche, one specific category. If you're just one-offing and buying this or that, that's great. You're going to make some money, but you'll do far better if you center in on something. It doesn't matter what, but something that you can have enough in that there'll be repeat business. Clothing doesn't exactly count for it, neither does books unless they're on the exact same topic. Even video games may not correlate because everybody likes different types of games. If you have a bunch of sports-related games, those may do fairly well, and you may sell a bunch to the same person. The odds, though, with collectibles, someone buying multiples from you, is extremely high on eBay. It's one of the best places to sell multiple items to the same buyer that we deal in. And again, that's because these are collectibles. They're in collectible fields. Now, the difference between me selling a whole bunch to one person and someone else selling single cards is drastic. If a buyer needs many different cards to complete a series and you only have one of them, but I have every one or at least a large chunk of them, they will almost always buy them from me as long as my feedback is good versus the other person. They're going to save on shipping. As opposed to going to 10, 20 different sellers to get the same 10 or 20 different cards, they can just come to me and buy them all. So the shipping is incredibly reduced, meaning that they'll pay more for the cards. So I will get more for the cards than someone selling one single card with full shipping on it. And that is almost always the case, like 95% of the time. This is the only way that we sell multiples to the same person. It doesn't matter, again, what it technically is. Someone will buy photos from us. I'll list a whole bunch of military-related photos or car-related or movie-related stills, and someone may buy every one from a specific movie from me, or every one from a specific actor from me as well. So all of that plays into this. If I'm selling one of 1,000 different actors, and none of them are the same, the chances of me selling a photo of a specific actor may be okay, but I'm never going to sell, or almost never going to sell, multiples to the same person. It saves me a ton of work to send them all to one person. It would be a heck of a lot of work to send 25 packages of these cards out, one at a time, to individual people. My costs into it would be greatly increased because of the shipping supplies and all that. Now, I know my costs do compensate for some of the shipping supplies, but with these types of sales, the end result is I'm going to get about $150, $160 after all the fees are done and everything else. The buyer is going to pay for shipping as well. It also covers my costs. So my costs are greatly reduced selling multiples to the same person. Now, as well, when I list them in lots, I try to list them in small lots, no more than 2 or 3 at a time, just because there's still a great chance, just like it is here, that someone may still buy several lots of 2 or 3 cards. I don't try to list huge lots of cards unless they're just not worth much money. Again, this is a $6 per item sale here, which is a great value for me. This is the easiest and only way I can tell you that you're going to get routine repeat business and multiple sales to the same person. You've got to have like-to-like items, a decent quantity of something in one category. Now, it doesn't mean you have to have thousands of something. A couple hundred in a single category, a single line, a single trade card can get you a bunch of multiple sales to the same person. Sports cards, if you have tons of different players from the same year, same series, same printing company, you can do the same as well. Someone will want to finish their set. Or let's say you've got 20 or 30 Nolan Ryan cards, and they all are tied to him. Maybe they're rookie, maybe they're just average cards. You can sell those as well to the same person. The players themselves will have a following. Certain cards that I sell may sell because they're Christmas and by a specific maker, such as Raphael Tuck & Sons or Marcus Ward or any of the other companies that we specifically always list their cards. So if you're selling at least some form of quantity, even if the cards are a little lesser value, you have more potential to sell many to the same person. That way it makes it worth your while to list those individual cards, because this happens all the time. I'm sure I've shown other videos with offers just like this many. We've had over 100 offers in one day from one single person on occasion before. It's routine to see offers 20 to 50 different items from the same person on a constant routine basis. We usually, on a daily basis, sell at least 2 or 3 cards to the same person. Sometimes 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 people are buying multiple items as well from our store. Again, it's not just tied to paper. It goes with records. It goes with comic books. It goes with action figures. Geez, pretty much anything I sell, I can almost always sell multiples to the same person because I have quite a few items in specific categories. If we only have a couple items, I usually wait on those items and not list them till I get more in inventory, so I'll have a bigger draw to it. The more items you can have in a niche, the better you will do in that niche, and the better your sales will be. You'll be able to have a broader reach. Your footprint in that category or that niche will be greater than someone who only has 1 or 2 items. So if you can play that field and get quantity of certain items, you'll do far better. A great example is like a sneaker seller, a tennis shoe seller. If they've always got a ton of different tennis shoes in, say, a specific type of sizes, and they're collectible ones that people want, they're going to sell a bunch of them. Having replenishables in these is also great as well. I am able to get and constantly get replenishments of these same exact types of cards. I don't worry about the exact same card, but from the same series, the same lines, the same makers, all of that does a big draw to get people into your store and to sell stuff to people over other sellers. The person making these offers would have no way wanted to have to buy 25 different items from 25 different sellers and then pay 25 different shipping payments. It's just not practical. So this is the ploy, and this is how you can list a little cheaper items and still come out like a bandit and make some darn good money. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. Well, there we have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
This is Concours, a world-class luxury compact from Chevrolet. In Europe, to show that an American car can challenge the highways of the world, Concours is an affordable car for people who appreciate the stylish elegance of fine touring cars, luxurious interiors, and dependable Chevrolet engineering. Concours, built for Americans at home anywhere. A world-class luxury compact from Chevrolet.